Hey everyone, we got a few big news stories out there. The first one that we're going to be covering is that this massive dam in Mississippi has been deemed to be in danger of a breach. So the Army Corps of Engineers came in and did an inspection of the dam and found that that the dam was not stable and needed to be repaired immediately, or else it could potentially break. And so we're going to be covering that, as well as some issues out of Saudi Arabia and some of the updates on what's going on over in Israel. Big news out there. Hey everyone, welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, so we kind of get into some of the nitty-gritty of things, but a lot of these stories are things that the news media just either won't talk about or is just kind of too lazy to talk about. So please do give these videos a thumbs up to let us know that we're on the right track and that you don't like the mainstream media, because they don't cover these things like they should. Let's get into Mississippi. So 2 counties in Mississippi are in danger right now. They are under flash flood warning. DeSoto and Tate counties. That's kind of like north central of Mississippi. Now this is the Coldwater River, and the dam is called the Arkbutla Lake Arkbutla Dam. And it has not failed at this time. We heard just a couple days ago that it is that has been deemed by the Army Corps of Engineers as they were saying, let's see, the potential breach condition. So that's that's why the warning went out. It's like the dam could fail at any time. They are confident that they're able to get the dam empty enough that they can start working on it in the next couple of days. They have to drop the lake down 19 feet in order to operate on the dam to effect repairs, but they are rapidly draining the lake as fast as they can right now. So that is a big bit of information out there. There are a bunch of roads closed south of the dam, and they have closed down a number of the parks. We don't have any large-scale evacuations. There have not been any mandatory evacuations of houses or villages or towns or anything like that in the surrounding area. This, due to the geography there, it would be a wide, the water would spread out wide and be not that deep, but it would cover a very large area. And so a lot of people would be affected, but they would not be catastrophically affected, is kind of the idea. But obviously not good news out there, and so they are watching that very closely as they drain that dam as fast as they can so that they can get the water level down and start working on it. All right, moving over to Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi Arabia, if you remember, has normalized relations with Iran. Now, Team USA and NATO and everyone like that is against China, Iran, Russia, the axis of evil, the BRICS countries, right? Well, Saudi Arabia has been Team America for a while, and China has started negotiations with Saudi Arabia to start paying for oil in other currencies other than the dollar, which would destroy the petrodollar, which is a big deal for the United States. And the fact that they've just normalized relations with Iran is very concerning too, because it looks like they're switching teams. Well, now today we've gotten word that Saudi Arabia has King Salman has issued an invitation to Bashar al-Assad, the dictator, the president, whatever, of Syria, and he has been invited to Saudi Arabia in order to talk about normalizing the relations between the two countries. So once again, Syria is Team Russia, China, and so Saudi Arabia normalizing relations with Syria would be a huge deal. Once again, looking more at Saudi Arabia switching teams. It doesn't, over the last year or so, it's looked like Saudi Arabia's been trying to like maybe start kind of going its own way, but these last couple developments have shown that it looks like Saudi Arabia is not just trying to become a Switzerland, they're actually looking to switch teams against the USA, which is big news out in that whole area of the world. We're watching that closely. Will other Arab allies of the United States switch teams as well? United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Qatar, all these other states, like, Will they start moving that direction too once they see Saudi Arabia kind of move in that direction? If they're sandwiched between Saudi Arabia and Iran, who are on one team, that's going to really make them think long and hard about being against those folks when they're surrounded by armies on either side. Iraq has already pivoted more towards Iran. Syria has pivoted towards Iran, and we still have Jordan still in our pocket, and we still have like the Gulf states still in the United States' team. But let's just say the teams are shifting down there. And I don't know if that is potentially related to this next news story, but issues in the Gaza Strip have flared up big time. Israel's gone in and done a few airstrikes and has killed a few senior militants. Several civilians were actually killed as well in the airstrikes. Hamas and all those guys in the Gaza Strip Hezbollah have started firing missiles into Israel. 860 missiles over the last few days. Hundreds of them were intercepted by the Iron Dome system, which is their anti-missile defense system, which actually works, unlike the American systems. But then they also have another system that has just come online and succeeded in doing its first intercept, which is called the David's Sling system, which is a mouthful, but that intercepted its first missile out of the air. And so I'm not fully up to date on that missile system. If you guys have information about that, go ahead and pop it down in the comments down below. But also let us know what you guys are thinking about that area. In that area, only one Israeli civilian has been killed up to this point, and that just happened, I believe, yesterday. But obviously, these missiles are intended to kill and maim. There's a lot of video footage out there of people like running off the beach to get into the shelters, people evacuating roads to get into shelters, and a very serious situation there. And the Israeli Defense Forces have been responding back against what they're determining to be terrorist targets and such like that. Of course, most of those targets are in heavily populated areas. Basically, those locations and people are in residential areas, and whether they're being used, using people as human shields, or whether it's just kind of where they are. I'm not going to get into all of that, but just to say that the situation in Israel and Gaza Strip has gotten very escalated in that area. As of now, we have not seen Hezbollah up on the Syrian border or up on Lebanon border really getting into the fight significantly, but that may change at any time. There's tons and tons of missiles stockpiled up there if they do get into the fight. So we'll keep an eye on that situation as well. Thanks so much for watching, folks. If you are on Twitter, do check me out on Twitter, The Poplar Report. Just search for it, and you'll find me over there. I'm starting to post a little bit more over there. I'm still working on some of those nuts and bolts there, but you can also let me know what you guys are seeing out there through that channel as well. There's another video right here you might want to check out from this channel. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you later. Steve Poplar of The Poplar Report, out.